Come on, Shasha Mosh, so you can show them. Shasha won something at the skating party. At our skating party, she won a birthday party certificate, and she gets $130 off her birthday party. So how many people be interested in coming to Sasha's birthday skating if we have a skating party? Because you know her birthday ain't all the way until, where is my pick at? My hair look horrible. Go in the bathroom and get my pick. But congratulations to Miss Shasha Mosh for winning. Alright. It ain't in there?
Nope.
Oh, when everybody take their hair down, I could never find my pick. Congratulations, Sasha. You want me to hold on to it, or what you want to do?
Your wallet. I'm gonna
put it in my wallet? Okay. So we're gonna put this up. So when it's time for Sasha to have a skating party, we got the little piece in here. So I guess I'm gonna have to learn how to do a party, huh? All right. So we're gonna open up the lines. So family, we have some proverbs to go through. See, calm down. You're gonna hurt yourself. All right, so we got some cool. 2 windows open up. Beautiful. So we're gonna open up the Uber conference on this window. For those that want to call in, 614-556-4535. Say it again.
614-556-4535.
That's right. The number to call in so that you can get down with the wisdom mining is 614-556-4535. I'm looking for wisdom on these proverbs. We're going to rush through. I ain't going to say rush through, but we're going to go through them. The conversation kick off. That's a beautiful thing. If not, then y'all know how we do it. Y'all already know how we get down here at Gye-Nyame Journey. We'll do it all by ourselves. Makes no difference. So here, let's cue the intro music.
I'm going to be dancing to this like I won, because I did.
You said what?
I'm going to be dancing to this song like I won, because I did.
Oh, man. That track ain't on here. Let's go on and open with another track. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Let's see what this is.
In the morning.
Brothers and sisters, take a little time to really look at one another, then ask yourself, can we really afford to lose one another? We must understand that we are all we got. We're forgetting our past, blinded by crack and gun smoke. We must turn that mess around and make the other man choke. Down in flames, like the Hindenburg. One day I opened my ears. You wouldn't believe what I heard. They say your word ain't. See, you promised us great things, but only giving us a little bit. I keep your Star Stripe hat as a souvenir. The uncle is dead, but I'm not even gonna shed a tear. See, right now you're the big fish, but I'm the genie in the lantern, and you get no wish. Usually you get 3, but I'm taking 1 plus the 2 that you owe me. It's so hard to feel proud. While I shed a tear, you're still talking loud. I'll never get on a boat with the man, because it reminds me of that great master plan. Oh, I haven't forgotten the last cruise we took. We end up picking cotton. You tried to play me out like a sucker, but I survived to take back what's mine, your mother. So repay your debt to us. Mama so light, cause all the nuts that you busted, you violated our blood and plagued us with acne. So who's the real savage race? Please tell me, what race is really your mind state? So the mess you bumped up is the mess you're gonna have to face. See why I'm so upset? Because you brainwashed my people, talking up the side of your neck. So I just sit back and light up a steam soap to deal with the pains and the rage in the ghetto. knows what tomorrow's gonna bring. Our heads are filled with these false hopes and dark dreams. The rage in the ghetto, it drives me to chaos. Brothers talk they mess and get tossed. See, deep down inside, I wanna change, but it's hard as hell to remove these chains on my brain. You got me thinking that I'm less than I really am. Put up a 10-foot pole and impale sand. The rage in my mind, it keeps me from crying. But inside I'm slowly dying. Because I don't know who I am. So I pick up an idol and become his biggest fan. Pattern myself to be just like Jack. I can have a big Cadillac, slanging crack. Invest seriously, and then I start rolling hard. And the rest is history. Grew very insecure. Got a few keys and holding G's. Nobody can be trusted. I sit with a shotgun and in my jock strap a small gap. Because I'm so damn scared. Walk the streets alone at night, I wouldn't dare. Will I make it to 21? I'm only 19, my life has just begun. I got snatched up by the feds, I was slapped around, then assigned a concrete bed. And now I'm behind bars. Yesterday was the last day I would see stars. And now I'm feeling sorry, cause everything I ever did is coming back to haunt me. I'm crouched in a corner, hugging my knees. I'll be 37 by the time that I'm free. I got enough bed sheet, I'll make me a nice little noose and I'm out. One hell of a future. I fell into the hands of the plan and now it's over. The rage inside is still alive. And will survive until I die. And if that's
I don't know what's wrong.
You see,
Black signal should have went out. I don't know what's up.
It's a shame though, but it's all because of the rage in the ghetto.
Rage in the ghetto, brother Ashabu.
Shout out to the underground, took me in and gave me some knowledge. And now I'm ready. Hands up with the devil. Ha ha. Ashibu. Brothers in black coats.
You ready?
Stepping up. Hotel.
Let's get it poppin'. I couldn't find the original track to start the show. But today, we are on day 55. I'll read through the Proverbs so that we can get a good feel. Those of you that's joining or maybe joining us later. We on day 55. We pulling from Gye-Nyame Journey Workbook, Tribal Quotes, compiled by myself, Brother Hatim. You know what I'm saying? Anybody interested in getting a book, you go to GyeNyameJourney.com. If you look in the top tabs, you see Gye-Nyame Journey Workbook, Tribal Quotes. And you can join us firsthand, being able to look at your own book. This is a workbook. So when you get it, it's like this. It has spaces in it. It's a 90-day process for those that want to do it seriously. Or if you do it once a week, that's 90 weeks of self-development. Right? Oh, the black signal went out. I set it for 9:45. So, hey. And it's a 90-day. You can do it a 90-day process. Or you can do it once a week or once every other day. It all depends on you. But those that seriously want to do some self mastery, you know what I'm saying? We have what we call the 224 self help process, right? Where we have to spend those of us that's advanced in the journey. We have to spend at least 2 hours a day on personal development, on self help. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing every day? There should be a little piece of your day, a part of your day, where you start working on you. And what you'll start noticing is that the more you start working on you and building your tribe and building yourself, then building your tribe and stuff like that, stuff will start happening and you'll start being able to spend more and more time to work on yourself. Because we got to understand this system was built up on a process of daily finding ways to beat us down, right? So we have to start working on a process a little bit at a time, a couple of minutes a day and building up to where we up to 2 hours a day. And once we really start investing at least 2 hours a day, you'll start seeing that now you are able to do 2.5, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. Then the whole self-mastery nation builder piece becomes a full-time job. What do I mean? Working on yourself, you'll start finding ways to incorporate the work that you've been doing into your work. It will make you a better person and give you insight, help you find the insight so that you can start applying your skills to what you do, so that even in what you do, no matter where you are, you will be able to apply that time, that 8 hours that somebody is paying you for, right, to also nation building. So in some form of fashion, we have to be slick about how we build this stuff in. We got to, you know what I'm saying? But then eventually you get to a point where it's like, boom, you're going to be able to go all out with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's a process. And it takes years. You know what I'm saying? It takes years. And, anybody out there that want to get into anything similar to what I'm talking about, especially if you want to work for your people, you know what I'm saying, work with your people, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be a process. Some people want immediate effects. They think they come into the movement with a master plan to change everything, to change the world. They think that they were the first one with original idea, but all this stuff, as they say, there's nothing new under the sun, family. And in many ways, we have tried many different things. And not that they failed, but they might have been out of time. They might have been out of sync. They might still be working, right? So, for example, let me give you an example. Nellie Fuller came out with a book in the early 70s, I think, maybe late 60s, early 70s. And a key word that he used was white supremacy. White supremacy. And, through the 70s and through the 80s, you would hear some people use the word and some people will use the word, and people rebelled against the whole concept. And then, you had people eventually, and now you hear in our lexicon now with a lot of people that are conscious, you hear the term white supremacy. So he developed a consciousness, right? And it took time for it to grow. And just like that, you know what I'm saying, when we start doing what we're doing, we start using our language and we start, incorporating things, it starts to grow. And it sets a consciousness. This is why one of the first things I said, we're conquering the weak. We took time to conquer the weak. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are like, what do you mean you conquered the weak? But I didn't. Well, you know what I'm saying? We got these 7 days. And I don't agree with the names that we got on the 7 days. So I want the names to be culturally appropriate for me and mine. Right? And every time I slip up and say the days, you know what I'm saying? I'm in casual conversation with somebody that's in my tribe. You know what I'm saying? Boom. I order that. You know what I'm saying? And one of the elders told me, the Baba told me, he said, for those people that's too old, since you doing push-ups, for those people that's too old to do push-ups, when a young person catch them saying the wrong day in one of our cultural situations, and they use the wrong name for the day, they should pay that young person $1 for being perceptive and being like, yo, you out of code. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of people want just to throw a whole bunch of stuff on everybody. But we got to understand that the process that we are in, or the system that we are in right now, was developed a step at a time. And a code was formed over a period of time. And just like that, we have to go and start forming those behaviors, forming those attitudes, one step at a time. Not just pouring everything on everybody, because everybody's not going to be receptive. Some people will be like, you'll be able to drop a whole bunch up on them and they'll be able to jump right into it. But a majority of the people that we need will not be able to do that. So we are going to have to take a step-by-step process. So we start like with 2 hours. Work your way up to 2 hours, man. You know what I'm saying? Can you spend 2 hours a day working on you, doing culturally appropriate actions, right? 2 hours a day working on your body. You know what I'm saying? You know, and within that 2 hours in that day, working on your body, working on your mind. You know what I'm saying? Working on organizing something or being involved with organization. You know what I'm saying? So if you add that up over a week, you should be eventually be spending 14 hours, right? And as you get better and better and better at doing it, you're going to start finding you're going to be slipping in more time. Trust me, it works. Step by step, 224 self-help process. You could, you know, this is on all of my videos, you know what I'm saying, boom, 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 because this is part of the process. Because some people start their day off with me, and far as the daily toast and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, where they start off most of the days, because you know sometimes I'm getting up late, right? So, but they start off, or at least a part of their day, they dedicate to this 30-minute to 45-minute discussion, and on some days we do it twice. You know what I'm saying? So it's like boom. So you know this goes into their time, but then also they start adding other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because like we got people that tutor young people and try to teach them how to use numbers and use culturally appropriate methods to teach them the mathematics. We got cultural, you know what I'm saying? We got people utilizing what we do in a whole bunch of different fields, family. And if we want to be free, you know what I'm saying, we got to first start freeing the mind. So, and once you start getting the mind going, you got to start developing the actions, the ceremonies, the rituals, and stuff like that. And as an individual, you'll start running into other people that you'll start seeing doing the same thing. And that's when you start forming that tribe, those people that you can trust. So when times get hard, you know it's deeper than just, you know what I'm saying, get the bag. Get the bag. Get the bag. You know what I'm saying? I go skating and I'm listening to some of the music that they are broadcasting for our kids. You know what I'm saying? They're playing Cardi B, and then she said, you know, and the only thing the song keep repeating is money. Money. I love money. I love more than sex, but I love checks. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay. Diggy. Oh, shit. You know. Kindergartner. 8th grade, huh? This is what we giving them. You know what I'm saying? But I love money. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we got to help our young people, and we got to set the example of our young people for a love that's deeper than money. Loving something deeper and bigger than money. Actually loving the thing that creates value. Hell with being in love with the thing that's valued, be in love with the thing that creates the value, and that's culture. Right? So, the proverb for the day. Day 55, family. This is our second time through this book. We on day 55. You know what I'm saying? What's crazy is we did this book, and in between coming back to this book, we went into the African Tree of Life. And we're going to do that again. We're going to keep this cycle going. We're going to keep this going. And then eventually, when I get too old to do it, maybe somebody pick up the mantle and continue. You know what I'm saying? We're doing media here. You know what I'm saying? So the lines are open, 614-556-4535. It don't look like nobody's there. So we're going to jump on in it, and we're going to do our thing. First one, there is nothing that wastes the body like worry. And one who has any faith in God should be ashamed to worry about anything whatsoever. I'm sorry. I have to. That one right there. That one right there. All right. Second one. The highest reward for man's toil is not what he gets for it, but what he becomes by it. These are all the work of God. He that waits for a chance may wait for a long time. Family, we got 3 winners tonight. 3 winners tonight, so let's do this. Class is in session.
Gina,
Vicky, pick a number between 1 and 3.
1.
1.
I want to pick one.
What?
2.
So you want me to do 2?
Yeah.
All right. Why you come after I asked her? All right, that's cool.
2.
All right, so we're gonna do 2. Shots out to, let's see who on here. Miss Regina. I see you dropping bombs tonight. I'm trying to. I try to drop bombs every time I get on here. I hope, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, my major hope is to make sure that I'm not wasting people's time, and every now and then you can find a jewel. You know what I'm saying? We call it wisdom mining, right? And you know, when you're mining, there's a lot of other stuff besides the gold or the diamonds or whatever precious that you're looking for. There's a lot of other stuff around it that you have to dig through, and then when you find what you're looking for, it's beautiful, but it still need to be refined. If it's a diamond, it need to be cut. If it's gold or silver or some precious metal, it may need to be melted so you can take out all the impurities. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, like I said, it's a process. So my daughter wanted me to start with number 2. The highest reward for man's toil is not what he gets for it, but what he becomes by it. So we have been, because we are involved in a system that is not really designed to really reward us, right? They got to give us false rewards, right? And what we have, because we have not been working in a sense for our best interest, we have fallen into the trap of working for fiat, working for something that stands in for something else. Brother Shaka's. So why is the calling line? Hold on, Brother Shaka's on the line. Let's see what's going on. I don't know why I had opened up the line. Shasha, stop lying. Stop lying. Nobody was mean to you. Nobody was mean to you.
You are the first participant on this Super conference. Please hold while we wait for the others to join. This call is being recorded.
All right, cool. So we got Brother Shaka on the line. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, man?
I'm chilling.
Man, I was toggling between, because I guess you are on 2 Facebook Lives right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I was toggling between that. You on 2 different devices then?
Nope, all this is going through one device. Actually, I'm on 2 Facebook Lives, 2 YouTube Live, Periscope, and something else called Stream.me. Actually, I can stream on about 30 platforms at the same time. I'm eventually start narrowing it down and getting to the ones that are really working.
How can you? What are you using to?
It's called Restreamio.
It's called what?
Restreamio.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
And if you think this is hot, wait till I get my device around my birthday. I just got the notice is paid for, and it's on its way, and it's gonna be hot. And then I'm looking at another device, so we're about to take this to a whole nother level, man. But anyway, I'm on the second proverb, and I was talking. Let me read it for you again, then I'm gonna go back into what I was saying, then I'll let you loose on it. The highest reward for a man's toil is not what he gets for it, but what he becomes by it. Now,
say that again.
The highest reward for man's toil is not what he gets for it, but what he becomes by it. That's from John Ruskin.
Uh-huh.
So now, what I was trying to explain was in a society where a lot of stuff is not designed to really benefit us in the truest sense, because we're working, in many cases, a lot of us, a majority of us, are working in industries and professions that actually benefit others more than it benefits ourselves. We have many, I can't say all, but many people have fallen into a realm of just receiving the reward for the toil. But when you really start working for yourself and you really start doing something that you love and you're working for something that you love, what you start to find out, the reward is not necessarily the money. The reward is what you start finding out and what you start learning about yourself, what you are becoming. You know what I'm saying? And what a lot of people lack is the ability to find something where they could really pour themselves into to their toil, into their struggle, so that they can see and watch the true reward of watching what they blossom into. It's a beautiful thing when you find people that work like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't necessarily even about, it's like when you see somebody that's truly passionate about something and they're creating something, there's a certain satisfaction that they could get that outdoes some people that may be making hundreds of thousands of dollars. That do stuff and make these moves and get all this money, but yet they still unhappy. They got to go and take some pills because they feeling anxious. You know what I'm saying? Or they're depressed. And they have to sit down and talk to a psychiatrist day in and day out. You know what I'm saying? They got to buy all these expensive toys because they working for the money rather than working at something that they love enough to become something greater. So Ali, if you got something you want to throw on that?
I got a whole bunch I want to throw on that. I do.
Go ahead.
I got a whole bunch. Okay, so let me get back here because you know how my mind be like.
Buffering.
I got so much.
I understand.
Yeah.
You old. Don't worry about
it. All right, so here's what it is, man. When you have selfless intention in the service that you provide, and you know that you provide a service to the world.
Daddy, can we drink this?
No.
You
go downstairs and get her one.
You eventually fall out of habit and into intention with that thing. So what I mean is this. Sometimes when you do something good or you do something great, people know, like if you got a relative that make a great pie and everybody just come around for that pie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And eventually you become a producer of pies. But because you're just doing it out of habit, that frequency ain't there the way it was when you had no intention for it. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Right. Or you kind of degrade the pie. For example, the whole pie, because the pie pieces, that's a beautiful example. Go ahead.
That's why, Hatem, I know when you know yourself and you know what you're here to do. I told myself, I've restrained myself a few times. When the first time that I knew that my purpose as a father was being challenged, I said, well, hold on. Nobody sees my state of emergency as a father. And I have to withdraw the service that I provide to any other kid except for my own until we recognize what this, what's going on. So I withdrew, from that. The first time that I started getting, I was working in somebody's kitchen, and I started getting overwhelmed with the fact that I'm cooking for all of these people that don't even see my face. I'm cooking for all of these people who don't necessarily reciprocate with me.
Right.
Any type of energy. You know what I mean?
Right.
They don't even know my face to know the cup. I said, you know what? I won't cook in anyone's establishment until it's my own establishment. And even last week when we were talking about, the process of me moving back into community, it's a process where I am developing a position which is straight up exclusive. Like, if you want me in your life, you're coming out for that one thing, or I'm coming out to you for that one thing. But I don't need the distraction of, who.
Come into Lowe's for everything you need to bring your home
anymore. I know what it is.
Give your bathroom a quick refresh.
I know what my role in it is, and I reserve my energy to just do that. So when I situate myself, if you want my cooking, you're there for my cooking. If you want my music, you know what I mean?
Right.
We have a place that maintains that vibration for that. But the moment I step out under somebody else's umbrella, it becomes bastardized. People don't know what it is. People don't know that, all things that I create, it goes through this process of maintaining a sacred nature to. So I can't bastardize that vibration anymore. And that's what we do. That's what we do when we become inauthentic by trying to serve the masses, when really, when it comes down to it, we really need to put some sacred energy into our family. And it's the same energy, but we not just casting our pearls among swine. We are building, one step at a time, like you say. And so I think that is a major responsibility in community, is understanding what you got, what you bring to the table, and the matter that you bring, in the manner that you bring it. Because it's nothing to make an apple pie taste good. But when you're trying to please everybody with that same apple pie, you're gonna lose some of the intention that goes into it. You're gonna lose some of that vibration that goes into it, and before you know it, you're gonna have like the best Patti LaBelle sweet potato pie at Walmart.
Yeah, see, and because when you brought up the pie, the pie.
Oh, it's a good pie.
Well, not just the fact that it's a good pie, but when you brought up.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Shaka. Man, everything is shutting down on me. Hold on.
Come into Lowe's this new year and give your home a new look for less. Update floors in any room with smart core vinyl, starting at $279
What's going on, man?
It's easy to install even over existing surfaces. Plus, it's 100%
Man, we being sabotagey. It's sabotagey, goddammit, it's sabotagey. Hold on, Shaka. Check 1, check 2, can you hear me? Shaka. Alright, I'm gonna hang up and I'm gonna come back in, stay on the line. So family, y'all heard him. And on top of that, what happened for me when I was listening to him, check 1, check 2, check 1, check 2. That's not what that's for. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? All right, Shaka hung up. We're having major problems because even my Spreaker crashed. So what I'm gonna have to do is I am going to have to redo my Spreaker. So I'm gonna ask y'all to bear with me. But Shaka brought up a good point. He brought up the example about a pie. He back now. But he brought an example up about a pie, and it's sort of like when the person is cooking a pie, and it's to satisfy the people, it's for the family. It's one thing, right? But then when you get the money involved, it becomes a whole nother thing. It becomes more problematic for that person. It don't become a work of love no more. It becomes just work, right? When we apply ourselves to something and it becomes just work, we're there to get paid. We're not there to become greater. And family, what we have to start doing is start looking for those things where we could become greater. Yeah, if you could get paid to do that, by all means doing that. But one of the things that I have discovered, that when you pursue becoming great at what you do, people are always willing to break bread for you. You still there, Shaka? Can you hear me now? Hello? I don't know what is going on. It dropped the whole call again. And like I said, I wasn't trying to rush. I wasn't trying to rush to get...
You are the first participant on this Uber conference. Please hold.
I wasn't trying to rush. I wasn't trying to rush to get a new computer, but as these systems start eating up more and more gigabytes or whatever they're using, I am seeing that I am going to have to do that. I want to apologize to Shaka. I want to apologize to all of y'all, because I pray that y'all not missing out on some wisdom that may benefit you. So I'm going to put up, for those that are on Spreaker, wondering what the hell happened. For some reason,
this call is being recorded.
For some reason, Spreaker dropped me. So Shaka, you back up?
Yep, I'm here.
I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on, but it's all good. We're gonna find a way.
That's because your setup is whack, Tim. I keep trying to tell you.
Oh my God!
You're trying to step it up.
Oh my God!
You're side slipping.
You're
moonwalking. Is what it is.
We got it.
Moonwalk to progress is what it is. I don't care what how they twist Michael's words around. You cannot moonwalk to progress. It's always backwards. That's not saying Copa.
Okay, we got an angry iOS user on the line. An angry
You need an apple in your life.
I got plenty of apples in the refrigerator. I got plenty of apples in the refrigerator. Is that what you are referring to? Because those are the only apples that I use. Other than that, I would use an iMac, but they want to try me. You know what I'm saying? I don't. You know, I don't live a life.
Man, do you know that it's a dude on OfferUp right now selling iMac for $150.
$150?
$150 for iMac.
Shut up. Stop playing.
Because obviously, you got to understand something, man. Listen, all these new studios and school facilities that come up, what happened is that when they get rid of the old ones, you can talk to a facilities manager, and they're for a bargain, they'll sell them all to you in bulk. And so that's what people was doing. They going to facilities managers and bidding on old computers. I mean, they owe to the university, but they ain't owe to you. These iMacs is like $1. Yeah, $150.
Send me a link.
All right.
Because I need that for the video editing. Because we about to start doing. We need to start doing documentaries and movies and shit. We got to move, and I will say, iOS is the bomb when it comes to that editing shit. Now, for our cell phones and shit,
Hakim, I'm gonna tell you this. I got a piece of software that you need exclusively. Like I hear what you're saying. But you got to get Wondershare. It's a one-stop shop for everything you're trying to do on that level. Like
time out.
You will see.
Time out.
You will see.
You're not. Yeah. You're not streaming on 5-7 different platforms. I'm doing that through Android. I'm on Periscope right now. Go to Periscope. Go to my Periscope. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Come on, man. I hear you. I like that for the editing stuff. But if you telling me I get a MacBook that's not basically brand new, and I get an iMac, I will get one for $150. Send me the link. I'll order that right now while we're on air. Shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I'm gonna do that. Listen, all right, I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna do it for you, Hot Tim.
All right, put it in my chat on if you look at it.
I got you.
Okay, put it in there.
Don't worry
about it. We'll do that. We're gonna make that purchase right now. God damn it, because I'm sitting up here like you said, $150. Come on, man.
Yeah, okay, hold on a second. We about to make that happen. All right. So getting back to the proverb, man.
There you go.
Like I said, the whole thing about me right now at 42 years old, like I know what I'm good at. And a man told me a long time ago, I had an opportunity to sit next to a jazz legend in New Jersey one time, and we performed a whole set together. We ain't even know none of the same songs we was doing. We just liked the vibe that was in the air. And when I got off stage and he was packing up his van at the end, he said, "Man, what do you do? Like, where, like basically, how can I look you up so we could do this again?" And I told the man, I said, "Well, I work at Home Depot." I work at Home Depot in Bloomfield, New Jersey.
I bet he didn't laugh.
And and this what he did. He was disgusted. He was disgusted that I had a 9-to-5 job and I do what I do on stage the way that we did. He was disgusted. He said, "Man, he started laughing. You know how, he said, "I'm going to tell you like this." He was like, "When you're great at something, only do that." And so I spent every day since then trying to convince myself, well, what is it that you're great at? You know what I mean? And the piece is that now here's where it comes full circle, what you was talking about, Hot Tim. I know for myself what I'm great at. And sometimes when we look at another person's circumstances, we can't pick that up. We can't pick up the fact that this person is balanced within imbalance. Because all you see is them within imbalance. And that does a lot to say who we are. Because if we don't see even the hope in establishing balance within each other, then we've given up on community before we've had an opportunity for it to start. So the piece is that when I look at my function amongst the people, every time I come out to visit and I'm not anchored in a space where people can find me. I'm not anchored into a space where I'm able to run my lane. I'm doing myself an injustice by being around a tribe without being able to demonstrate what my particular purpose, what my particular role is, simply because of space. But when I get there...
I told you what my superpower is, but I guess you ain't hear me.
But, huh?
Told you what my superpower is. I create space and time, my friend. That's what I do.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay. We need to put it to the working it together. That's all. Listen, that's all I need right now. Listen, if I got a space, and just on a basic level, Hot Tim, look at the multifacetedness that I do on a regular basis. I educate my son during the day because I homeschool him. I'm a creator in my space. You know what I mean? When I gotta go out right now, just you know what I mean? I go out and I make money. I brew at the house. I got all of these potential streams that I bring with me wherever I go. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I just need a space to be able to do that. I need a space where, like I say, a bed and breakfast is year-round. When we have events and we have special guests, they stand at the Black Phoenix. You know what I mean? When we have the symbiotic ciphers, it happens at the Black Phoenix. You know what I mean? That's where, and the thing is that this is what it is that if a people don't come out to the symbiotic cipher at the Black Phoenix, if they don't come out and utilize the bed and breakfast, if they don't come out to get their red June from the Black Phoenix.
Well, hold on. That better be in Cleveland. Because Ambrosia is sold in Columbus, man. You trying to move in on my territory? I'm going to tell you like Don Corleone tell people. As long as your business interest on the field, my business interest, you don't have no problem.
And by that time, Hatem, this is what I'm saying to you, man. Like, look, if Red June has a particular market.
It does have a particular market. I'm just fooling around. We already know it got a particular market. Because it's certain amount because you established your market as soon as you came out, because one of the first things you said is heart health. You said, listen, I'm interested in heart health. The herbs that I pick are specific for herb health. I've seen the power of fermentation. I see how it could be used. And then on top of that, see, because this brings us back to this proverb. Because you didn't start brewing for money. I'm not fermenting for money. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like the money helps. But shit, I enjoy sipping on this shit myself. I understand the health benefits, and it's like, boom, we got scobies, and look, you know what I'm saying? Because you've been there. I mean, because if I'm correct, you got a Rhodes off of some SCOBY, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. You have no idea. Listen. You have no look. That's SCOBY. I mean, that's SCOBY. You got. Listen. And just so people that don't know that story, listen, and the people our age that know who the Daz Band is, right? Because it's all relevant. The Daz Band.
Another
was a Cleveland
wait, well, I was about to say another hot band, world renowned band out of the Midwest. Stand your asses up in Ohio, especially.
So this whole 6 degrees of separation. Check this out real fast. I found a sister that was trying to sell this Fender Rhodes, old jazz organ, for those that don't know, for $3,500, and it's well worth it. Spotless. This is my instrument. I used to have one when I lived in Columbus, an 88T Rhodes, and I sold it to get this motif that I got. Now, I come here and I see this Rhodes for $3,500. I talk to the sister and I let her know what I got going on. She mentions to me that her mother had a triple bypass surgery, and that she's really mostly concerned with her and her mother's heart health. So I introduced this SCOBY, and I introduced a gallon of my June, and with that, I was able to barter that $3,500 instrument. Now, here's the piece. The sister that I traded that off to is the daughter of a dude named Michael Jackson, who was the keyboard player for the Daz Band. So the Rhodes that I got belonged to the Daz Band, one of the players of the Daz Band. And so,
then they do,
just that whole
Let It Whip
symbiosis.
You
say what?
Did they do the song Let It Whip? Is that Let it whip, get that right, get that baby, work it all night, let it rip, right? So and see, and it's we allow the toil of what we do to form us, and it's more about what we become from not only using the product but being able to share the product. And rewards come for us becoming better human beings, becoming better people, becoming better at what we do, becoming masters. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't work
and
towards
becoming
mastery.
Better networked, Hatem.
Better. Oh man, Masters got excellent networks and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what part of mastery. You can't be a master if you ain't got no strong network. A motherfucker that tell you he's a master, but yet he or she don't have a fucking network. They a master by themselves. You got to start asking questions. Even in the kung fu movies, the motherfuckers that lived up in the woods or all the way out, and everybody thought they was crazy, they could take a student and send that motherfucker to somewhere, and they just say his name, and they be like, poof, and they take the student in. Come on, man. Mastery, part of mastery is developing the networks, and part of you becoming fully who you are, you start realizing who you are in the network, and then you start being able to create value. And this is one of the things that people want to keep you away from. Your enemies want to keep you away from. Those people hating on you want to keep you away from your ability to create value. Shaka created $3,500 from some scobies that I gave you. I mean, you came, you saw what I was doing. You looked at the show. You said, let me try that. You said, can I make this at home? I gave him maybe three scobies. He went home. He worked with the scobies, and he was able to parlay what was in there from what he needed. You know, he got what he needed. He became better and became healthier, and he was able to share with somebody else, and they traded him a $3,500 device. He created value in his home in Cleveland. He didn't need the central banking system. He didn't need the government. He created value. And he was able to talk to the sister and let her know, look, this is what you need. And these are the herbs that you need. And I will give you this for this. And boom, and they was able to barter. Come on, family. We on to some shit here.
Oh, yeah. And here's the piece, man, is that, listen, no matter how we package this stuff, we need, post-production is a part of the June piece as well. For example, I got these brown bottles over here. Now, amongst tribe, we can get that off. I hand it to you. You know what it is.
Right.
You trust it because we tried. I go have this conversation with the grocery store who's willing.
Can't do it like that.
You know what I mean? You can't do it like that. You got to have that post-production done, which means that we need somebody on deck that does graphics that you can give them some text, bam, they flip it into a label, you print the label, and it's a done deal. Now we got somebody dealing with the bottling, all right? But understand that, as Hatem knows, like bottling, if that was a part of getting this thing out into the broad market, the mass market right now, the bottling part is the most work. That's what's going to hold us.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
Listen, it's to a point where I have cut down. I mean, because I could make a lot more money on those little individual brown bottles. But I'm like, man, that's a lot. It's tedious, and I do it for the regular customers. Like, because Shaka has a broader vision than I have, because my piece is, I'm like tribe right now. I'm trying to make sure that people in my tribe and stuff like that, and getting more people in interested in brewing, so that we will be able to have a conglomeration to pull together. So if we want to make a master move, I prefer to sell 1,000 bottles a month to people that I know, rather than hitting some of these grocery stores You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I don't know them people. But shit, we both know within our network enough people that will buy 1,000 bottles from us, and that will keep us busy,
Right.
and we
I
be
mean,
able to employ our kids.
on the level of appealing to the other niche communities. And when I say niche communities, over this past week, people who like jumped up and down when I found out what I had in the bottle. You had some Amish folk, right?
Right.
You said had some Amish folk who were like, "Oh, yeah, we do that," but what you got? That's some exotic. You know what I mean? So we trade you some of this kimchi or
right.
or some of this, this
right.
that we got on the table. You know what I mean? For a bottle of that, take it home.
That kind of, for me, that kind of fits into the tribe, because what you're doing is you're expanding the tribe. Because for me, it's sort of like, it's certain wines that we never hear about.
Mm-hmm.
That no matter how much money we make, that we probably would never get access to those wines. And I want that ambrosia to be that, where people come and travel from faraway places and pay top dollar to sip on some 2015 ambrosia.
And I tell them, imagine this, and that's what I'm saying too, is that it's one thing to go to Walmart and go grab a 12 or 18 pack of beer, right?
Right.
Get that Diamond Dust. But
there's a whole nother thing to go to that.
Wine,
go ahead, I'm listening.
To the kosher aisle.
Yeah.
You go to the kosher aisle, you know that you have a whole community that's going to support that aisle, no matter what the price is that's on it.
Exactly, and that's what that's what we're building. We're building those individuals. Right. We're building the value. We're building the people that can value what we do, and that's the same thing with the music. That's
not only that, Hot Tim. Not only that, but what we got, we building a cultural staple.
Exactly.
And I'm saying that, the cultural staple. Hey, listen, you could go to Walmart and get some refined shea butter product.
Right.
You can go to Walmart and get all the things, but when we talk about cultural appropriate medicine, cultural appropriate elixirs, you know what I mean? That stuff needs to be isolated in its own spot. We're not talking about kombucha.
Right. Oh no.
We talk about something totally different. You know what I mean? Now, if you want, and that's and like I say, on a Walmart piece is where we put the generic stuff.
And
they'll get a couple of flavors. They get some biscuits and ginger over here.
Right.
They get some of that dandelion. You know what I mean?
Shit out, right.
But
I found that shit out.
We need to situate ourselves where it's like when people want the more exclusive prescriptions or whatnot, they can come to the Red June house, or they can go to where they able to place those exclusive orders for some ambrosia, and they paying $80 a gallon because you didn't spend 2 weeks out of your time. You know what I mean?
Listen. I want it to be to the point where we have, because one of the things you talked about, like we should have like sips and family. Now, I know you're like, this is off the proverb, but this is very much in the proverb, because this is something that we love. You know what I'm saying? And it makes us better, because you'd be surprised how much you can learn from some yeast and bacteria brewing some shit.
And before you go into the sip, just symbiotic cipher. Let's start running the jargon so people understand what we're talking about. That's the symbiotic cipher. We're talking about some wine and cheese, but instead of wine and cheese, we got the organic shit that we dealing with.
Right.
And on the music aspect, yeah, those sips will go a long way when people start realizing, like, they got this champagne stuff they popping. It wasn't even wine, but it was delicious.
It was delicious.
You know what I mean?
They had some that was very sweet, but then they had some stuff that they talked about being mature, and then you start getting people that's looking at your stuff and they start categorizing it, and you get those those individuals that become connoisseurs of your shit. That's
and then
you know, like for example, I'll give you an example. Wu-Tang Clan. You remember when Wu-Tang put together that album? They put together one album and sold that shit for a lot of money. It's only one copy. And they put it together and they sold that shit. You know, and Wu-Tang Clan is what, 25 years old? They're like, shit, this is some unique shit. This is boom, boom, boom. They all took their little cut of money, and unfortunately they sold it to an asshole, and you know. But anyway, but the point I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying, in the next few years, we'll be able to do some shit like that. Listen, I got some ambrosia from 2019, and it's 2030. Motherfuckers like $500.
Right.
500.
Hey man, you know, I got this half-gallon growler sitting down here, man, and it's only 2 months old. But I'll tell you this: about 2 weeks ago, I had half of a growler of the same stuff, and I popped it open, and all but a sip escaped. But that sip was divine, man. I don't know what goes on in the whole ecosystem.
For those that don't know what we're talking about June, and it's basically a fermented green tea. Shaka has his own variety. I have my own variety. Shaka call his Red June. I call mine's that ambrosia. Now it's a living drink. So if you don't know how to open it and you open it too fast, all that shit will jump out the bottle because it's alive. It's like boom. It's like boom. Let us out of this shit. As soon as you pop the bottle, it goes out. So you got to have a technique to opening it. But now let's move to another proverb because we are at an hour and we covered one. Wait, hold on. Where we at? Well, actually, I lost the signal. So let's see where we at. Because I'm going to shut it down. We're going to do one more for the night. We're streaming, like right now, we're streaming on YouTube. We stream on YouTube Live, on Gye-Nyame Journey, on YouTube, on Hatim Gye-Nyame, on Periscope, on Hatim. We're doing stream.me, Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Facebook, we're doing Hatim as well as Gye-Nyame Journey. And I got enough room for a whole bunch more. I just don't know those platforms. The next one was number 1. There is nothing that wastes the body like worry, and one who has any faith in God should be ashamed to worry about anything whatsoever. God damn. Do you need me to read that one again?
No.
Powerful. You want to hit it first, or you want me to hit it first?
I'm gonna take a jab at it, and you come with the haymaker, and I might have to. All right, so
come back with a right hook. Go ahead.
Right, and what I'm hearing about it is that worrying is a waste of time, and what I'm toggling with is I remember a woman told me I introduced myself to a woman. And I said something about being a warrior, and she was like, "Oh well, you know, I love peace." You know what I mean? Like, I don't like the idea of warring everywhere you go, but worrying is a whole different thing, I think. But in that, what is there in life to worry about? What is it to worry? And I feel like sometimes fear, there's such thing as a healthy fear, And that healthy fear allows us to be able to look at all the prospective avenues especially when we are in a fight or flight scenario, which is typically where I would tend to worry, you know what I mean, and look at what's at stake. Because as warriors, we have to look at what the lowest sense of casualty is going to be. You know what I mean, and what it is that we dare to protect. But go ahead.
Now, check this out, family. Now, one of the things that I want you to check out at the end of this is he said there's nothing that... Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? No, it dropped again. Don't hang. I got it. Hello?
What happened?
Hold on. Don't worry about it. I got it. You need to go have me on your other channel so I can let you know. You straight. Stay in. Don't hang up. Shaka. All right. I'm back.
This conference is
Can you hear me?
by the organizer.
Calm down. Can you hear me?
Shaka. Yeah, I'm here.
All right, cool. Now, next time I do that, don't hang up. I'll go out and come back in. Because what's going on is I'm being dropped because I got all this stuff running on my computer. So now I'm going to have to expand. So if you sent me that link, I'm going to try to get me one of those Macs, especially if I could pay in the way I want to. It said, there is nothing that wastes the body like worry, and one who has any faith in God should be ashamed to worry about anything whatsoever. This calls in, because I want y'all to be very clear about this. This is from Mahatma Gandhi, right? And basically what Gandhi is doing is he's calling up and challenging you on your belief in your higher power. We have people that talk about, I done fell off again, Shaka, stay on. I don't know what's going on, and I don't like it.
This conference is being recorded by the organizer.
You still there?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but just hang on. We about to get off of here. Now, this is calling in your belief in a higher power. We have people talk about, the Lord, God, the ancestors, the Holy, the Mari, Jesus, Allah. We got people screaming all this shit. All this, you know what I'm saying, calling on all these things, but yet they engulf their life in worrying. And what he is pointing out is, how in the world can you worry when you say that the being that you serve is the master of the universe? So even if shit don't look right to you, even if it looks like it's going to be painful, even if it looks like you are about to die, you should in a sense rejoice, because this is the will of the all-powerful being in which you serve. So why waste your life and waste your body worrying? Right? It's sort of like a lot of people are acting like that partridge that we talked about the other day. The partridge was so concerned about its own life that it was willing to give up other people's lives rather than facing its own fate and taking a chance and battling its own fate. You know what I'm saying? It was willing to turn in other of its kind's own life. You know what I'm saying? Because there was no belief in a higher power. There was no belief. We hear people talk about heaven or this higher place that you go to, but everybody is fighting to stay up out of this. This is why I say a lot of times, and my family gonna get mad at me. Some of y'all gonna get mad at me, but a lot of black folks are closet atheists. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to admit it. They too scared to say it, but they're closet atheists. Not only do they spend a lot of time worrying, but we also spend a lot of time not only worrying, but we spend a lot of time doing shit as if nothing or no one sees what we're doing. R. Kelly do all those spiritual songs, you know, here in the news, and this motherfucker talk about God, but yet and still, he do the shit he do. You know what I'm saying? And we know a lot of people like this who claim a love and a a faithfulness to a higher being, but yet their behaviors are all totally fucked up. Come on, family. You know what I'm saying? Believe or don't believe. You know what I'm saying? Like Yoda say.
Yeah.
Like Yoda say, it's either do or do not do. There is no try. Either you believe or you do not believe. There is no try.
Mm-hmm.
So if you believe that this all-powerful being is got your back, then what in the fuck do you, how could you worry about anything?
You know, I had an elder tell me once, man, that we so used to doing things in a substandard way that the things that are natural we call supernatural.
Mm.
And that alone reminded me how far we've gone away from sacred practice. Like, I see my man Eddie Bayard on the line right now, right?
On which line?
I know for a fact that when Eddie does what he's doing,
on what line is Eddie Bayard on?
He's got a very sacred mode in his practice.
Hey,
right?
What line is Eddie Bayard on?
This dude would spend like 8 hours out of the day standing in the corner with his headphones on, just shedding with his ancestors. You know what I mean? Shedding with cats who were great before him. And so that's that frequency that's hard to get into when, what movie was it where the dude was like, you know, these are my friends, these people who influenced me. And the psych said, well, you know, all your friends are dead. You need to talk to some people that's alive. You know what I mean? I think that was Goodwill Hunting.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and that's true. That's true to an extent. But if the dead ones are giving us so much edification, then the ones that are alive, what is their purpose for us if they are not?
Mm. Mm.
You still there?
I'm here. Can you hear me? Oh, stay on the line. We're gonna end this tonight, family. Hold on. We're gonna end this. I'm catching hell. I'm catching hell. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why it's tripping on me.
This being recorded by the organizer.
Someone please help me. I don't understand. I got a bad signal, family, so we're gonna call it a night. Cause this is ridiculous. We ain't gonna keep on going through this shit. But we.
What time out? You got the links, right?
Oh yeah, I'm looking at them right now. I see some, but the only issue I need to know is how to tell which ones are, because you know sometimes they could be out of date and you can't really use them. I don't need that shit. I need something I can get that got Wi-Fi, so I'm gonna look through these and see about getting one. But I want to thank everybody that took the time to join us. I mean, like I said, the conversation don't have to stop here, family. You keep it going. Hit us up on the timeline. I'm in the timeline. I will find a way to respond to you. All right. I want to thank you for taking the time for joining us on Gye-Nyame Journey. Sorry for the lateness, but it is my pleasure to be of service. Let me say this. I hope that I have been of service to you. I hope that I've stimulated some thought. I hope that I made some of you mad. I hope that I brought joy to some people's heart. I just hope that in some form or fashion I moved you. And I toast you, and I will see the Daily Toasters in the morning. Of course, you know I might be a little bit late. I'm out.